So for purposes of this Q&A session, every question that will be asked to you will also be asked to Steven. There is a 4-minute time limit based off of your responses, not the total time that I ask you questions and you pause. So time will only start when you start responding. Let me know when you're ready and then we can begin. Okay. What new plans or ideas will you try to implement within your state?
So I won't take credit for this because we just talked about it last year at caucus, but I really think that the idea of starting our own leadership somewhat retreat for the transition board would be very beneficial, especially because all of our VSAs are very young and still growing. So having that old e-board being there with the new e-board of all 4 active school would be very beneficial for the sustaining of our leaders in our own state. So that would be one of my things, but to have a more realistic goal, which is to start that document that we also discussed about last year, is to start talking about what we need for our state. Because I know UVSA-Midwest started their own, but I think Indiana have their own problems that we want to solve ourselves.
Thank you. So the next question will be, what do you think were some things that could have been improved from the previous CoSR member, and how do you plan to improve these areas?
Definitely putting into action what is discussed so that we don't waste the discussions and it doesn't go unplanned, so that the current e-board doesn't have that expectation that they're gonna have the aid and the support and the organization of that the CoSR is gonna do to support all the new e-board. So really just being prompt and being efficient in the work and really know what the CoSR is promising and what we want to do as a state, and really getting it out there so that it helps the current e-board but also the future e-boards too.
Thank you. The next question is, passion and motivation are very important, but how do you plan to execute and act upon those feelings?
So I think I totally agree with that. Having passion and motivation will help me through all those hard times. I know everyone go through those stress moments where everything is upon them. There's the schedule is packed that week, or I go through a week where I have all the exams, but that passion and motivation to help and support and strengthen the Indiana state will keep me going and keep my promises as a CoSR going through those times. So I think that's where passion and motivation go into.
So the next question is, how do you plan to balance the time commitment that comes with CoSR with your other commitments?
That's a very, to be honest, it's a problem that I deal with even today. I am the VSA president of Notre Dame, and I know that that's also is a lot of work, but I think that replacing my internship as a CoSR intern into a CoSR position is not a lot of more work. So I think that figuring or balancing that out would be not as bad. And with that, I will keep my motivation and my passion so that when those time comes, I will still continue.
So you have 50 seconds left, but we have a number of questions, so whatever you want to choose, you can go with. Describe a time when you failed, and what did you learn, and how you will grow? I'll repeat the question. Describe a time when you failed, what did you learn, and how will you grow?
I think failing in like my own personal life is like to let all my responsibilities get to me and really not pushing myself through. But I think that and then letting that like affect me and my mood and like the people around me. But I think after that I really learned how to accept that it's gonna be hard times and that there are people around me to support that, and I don't have to shoulder everything. So for like a personal like failure is like I failed to, I guess, understand, like use those resources around me. But now that I have the support of like my e-board or like my fellow e-boards from other VSA, I think that will help me.
Cool, thank you. So that concludes all